This is the Philips Sonicare 3100 Daily Clean. I've been putting it through its paces and I'm here to give you my feedback and opinion on this electric toothbrush. Now, if you've watched any of my reviews, you'll know that I like to jump straight into the verdict to give you the key information that you want to know. So what's the Sonicare 3100 really like to use on a daily basis? Well, ultimately, it does what it needs to do. It's pretty good. It's satisfactory. It doesn't really push the boundaries in any way, shape or form, but it's got the core features to make this a very capable electric toothbrush. I think you could do better, but I also think you could do a lot worse as well. So let me dig down into a bit more of the detail to help you understand this toothbrush and whether it's right for you. So starting with the pros or the positives for this toothbrush. It's got a single cleaning mode. Not lots of cleaning modes, one mode that lasts for 2 minutes, nice and easy, job done. It's got a built-in timer and pacer to help you brush for the dentist recommended 2 minutes and to brush your teeth evenly. It's got an automatic power off feature, so nice little added bonus, turns the toothbrush off when the 2 minute clean is over. It's also got a good battery life as well. Some of the cons then to this brush, well, the 3100 Daily Clean is essentially a rebadged Sonicare 2 Series electric toothbrush. And I say that like it's a bad thing. It's not. The Sonicare 2 Series has stood the test of time and has been a solid electric toothbrush. And from all intents and purposes, this is exactly the same, perhaps with some refreshed colours here really. It's a criticism more because Sonicare have made this out to be like a new toothbrush when essentially it's just a rebadging of an older model. It does actually use an older battery technology, nickel metal hydride. There's arguments for and against, but personally I probably prefer a lithium ion battery, but it holds up fairly well in this toothbrush handle. Has no pressure sensor built in, so nothing to alert you if you're brushing your teeth with too much force. And ultimately, as good as this toothbrush is, I do think better value options exist. So what are those better value options? Well, I would suggest you look at the Sonicare ProtectiveClean 4300. It's a little bit of an upgrade essentially on the 3100 we've got here. A little bit slimmer in hand, better battery life, a few more features built in out of the box, and you're not really paying much in the way of a price premium to get it, so it's well worth considering. If you're not brand sensitive, you may also wish to consider the Oral-B Pro 2 2500. It's our top recommendation because it just offers superb value for money. It's got all the core features and it doesn't cost a fortune either. So let's dig deeper into the details about the Daily Clean 3100 then. So one of the first things to know is it comes in different colour options. That does mean that each different colour has a different model number. I won't reel them all off for you now. Check out our full written review that accompanies this video, linked in the description for all of those model numbers. However, what it means, you get a blue, white or black coloured brush handle. Those are the key differences to note in those different variants. And Daily Clean is a wider range of different models, of which the 3100 is one. You've got other models like the Daily Clean 2100, the Daily Clean 1100 and the 3500 for example, which are all specifications are slightly different. So the design of this handle then is slightly squarer in design. Conventionally, most electric toothbrushes are rounded. This has a slightly squarer profile, but definitely rounded on the edges. It doesn't feel harsh in the hand or anything like that, but you just notice it's slightly squarer in the hand. It's a little bit chunkier than some handles, but it's not too chunky. On the back of the brush handle, we've got these raised plastic dots which help with gripping because the main body of the brush has a sort of matte finish to it. It's not too slippy, but it's not the grippiest either. We've obviously got the Philips Sonicare logo. We've got this single power button here on the front, which you press to turn the brush on. Now you can probably hear that brush running there. Provides a sort of loud vibrating sound. It's not too loud actually. It's quieter than the likes of Oral-B electric toothbrushes. And on the front of the handle here, we've got a battery status icon as well. Now there's just one cleaning mode available on this toothbrush. So as soon as you press the power button, you launch into that one cleaning mode. It lasts for 2 minutes, and at the end of the 2 minute cleaning cycle, it automatically powers off, which is a nice feature. During that 2-minute cycle at 30-second intervals, you do get a pacer kick in. That's to help encourage you brush the teeth evenly. Whilst there is no pressure sensor to alert you when you're brushing too hard, what this does have is an easy start feature which gradually increases the power delivered to the brush head, so it eases you into using this electric toothbrush. If it's the first time that you've used an electric toothbrush, it can feel a little bit more gentle. Now, the brush heads are removable. You get one included in the box. This is the C1 Pro Results brush head, but there's a range available from Sonicare. This does the job. The heads themselves are a little bit larger than the likes of Oral-B. We've got this rounded sort of oval design. They're quite good to get to the back of the mouth. They cover multiple teeth at one time. If you've got a cramped mouth, you may find this larger brush head a little bit more difficult, but the overall clean provided by the Sonicare toothbrush is absolutely fantastic. Uses a sweeping action going from side to side to clean the teeth very well indeed. And Philips Sonicare are one of the leading brands, so they come recommended by many dentists across the country and around the world. You should replace the brush head on average every 3 months. You've got fading indicator bristles, these blue ones on here, to remind you when to change. They go to a more translucent sort of colour when the brush is worn out. Replace it sooner if the brush head is showing obvious signs of wear. The handle itself is water resistant, so a quick rinse under the tap or in the shower is absolutely fine. The battery is sealed inside as well. You also get a 2-year warranty included with this Sonicare toothbrush. Unfortunately, there's no travel case or anything included in the box, which is a little bit of a disappointment. You do get a small plastic cup that covers the brush head, but no travel case. So the built-in nickel metal hydride battery in this toothbrush has a claimed battery life of 14 days. Now, that's perfectly adequate and satisfactory, and I wouldn't be surprised for a toothbrush of this ilk. However, in my hands-on testing, it surprised me. I actually achieved a whopping 40 days, and this is what makes Sonicare so good. They always underestimate or sort of over-deliver to you in terms of the performance. So at 40 days, that's a good few weeks more than the suggested 14 days, which is an absolute positive. Now, of course, not everyone may get that. I might have been a little bit lucky there, but I think it's safe to say that 14 days is the absolute minimum you're going to get from this battery. So considering it's an older battery technology in here, it's very good. Now, you do get a charging stand provided in the box. You sit the toothbrush on that to charge the brush. It's a 2-pin charging stand, so it's hardwired into the stand is the plug adapter. It's designed to connect to power outlets in UK bathrooms. If you don't have a power outlet in the bathroom, you will have to buy a 2-pin to 3-pin adapter. The charging stand works on 100 through to 240 volts, so if you travel, you only need a plug adapter and not a voltage adapter, which is nice. When you are charging, the toothbrush can happily be left on the charging stand and continually topped up, and you can take it off as and when you want to use it. What's also nice is the battery icon on the handle here gives you some information to let you know it's charging and how much power remains in the battery. So a green battery icon means there's a high level of power, a yellow battery icon means that you've got a moderate amount of battery, and a yellow battery icon with the addition of 3 beeps and vibrations means that the battery power is low and you're going to need to get this toothbrush on charge. So some nice feedback from the handle there, which is unusual for some of the cheaper, more cost-effective brushes. They don't always provide that level of feedback or even have a battery status icon at all, but I think that's very useful to have that built in. Now, the recommended retail price of this brush is actually $69.99, which is quite expensive when you consider the features that come included in this toothbrush. You can potentially get more capable toothbrushes for cheaper. Now, prices are always subject to change, and I've tried to be as accurate as I can at the time of recording. The reality is you can get this at a lesser price than the recommended retail. I saw prices ranging from around about £35 through to about £56, so quite a bit cheaper there, although that is still slightly more expensive than I would like considering the features, but it's definitely not bad at all. Things like the Oral-B Pro 22500 tend to be around the £30 to £35 mark, but they don't offer the same battery life as this does. So pros and cons and balancing up against the competition really. When you work out the cost of ownership over a 3-year period, as we like to do here at Electric Teeth, to give a little bit of a benchmark, depending on what price you can pick this up for, it'll cost you anywhere between 8 to 12 pence per day. So it's not the cheapest, nor is it the most expensive electric toothbrush. The Philips Sonicare ProtectiveClean 4300 may long term be the better buy, considering the features and performance that you get from that electric toothbrush. Or if you really want superb value for money and not too worried about the features, etc., consider the Sonicare DailyClean 1100, which is a bit more cost effective, but you don't get the same battery life from it. So summarising overall, as my verdict suggested, this is a more than satisfactory electric toothbrush. It definitely does the job, it cleans the teeth well, it's got a good battery life, it's not complicated to use, it's made by a brand leader. Probably what lets it down a little bit is the price. If it was a fraction more cost effective, I could probably recommend it a little bit more. But I do also think in part that this is somewhat confused in the range of Sonicare electric toothbrushes. It sits at the lower end of the range and there's just so much choice that the likes of the more entry-level DailyClean 1100 is probably a better buy for some. Or if you want to spend a bit more or get a better overall package, then the Sonicare ProtectiveClean 4300 is likely the better buy, all things considered. If you need any more information, either ask in the comments below or check out the full written review that accompanies this video. Links in the description. If you liked this video and found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up. For more videos like this, click subscribe. Until next time, thanks for watching.